movers and shakers, it's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Hi, I'm Linda Lewis with Lewis Armstrong Family Services here live at New Orleans Talk Network. We're here every Thursday at 11 a.m. Come join us. Thank you.
Traditionally, because I was in California for like a week and a half as my daughter was competing for the National All-American Miss Pageant.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so that's where I was. And so instead of having a nice Thanksgiving meal with the turkey and the dressing and the sweet potato pie, I was at Morton's Steakhouse.
It is amazing.
It was good though. It was good. Yeah, it just wasn't that Thanksgiving meal.
A meal is a meal though.
You're right about that.
Right,
and you know, I thank God I could pay for that meal because that thing was expensive.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. You know, Morton's, y'all need to be ashamed because my daughter ordered a 6-ounce steak and we paid like $42 for it. And it didn't even come with a side item. I had to order the broccoli on the side.
Oh. You know, home cooked meals are way better than whatever you're paying for.
You're right about that. But that's okay, though. So we're going to get started. As you can see, I am wearing my Louisiana T-shirt because the guests for tonight are from New Orleans. Well, you're not exactly from New Orleans, but you live here, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're from New Orleans.
Yeah, and I'm wearing my Suno Psychology Club shirt.
That's right. Southern University, New Orleans in the house. He took a break from his studies to be with us. So let me just go ahead and introduce you. This is Mr. Arole Brivill.
Hey, nice. How you doing, Miss?
Don't get nervous now.
All right.
So, Mr. Arole, you are a psychology student at Southern University in New Orleans.
Correct.
And you are also a rapper.
Yes, I'm a rapper, a lyricist. I write songs. And just looking forward to continue this career in the music business.
All right. Okay, so I've gotten a chance to listen to some of your music. What kind of rapper would you say you are?
You know what? That's a very good question. I have no definition, or I really don't have a title to what kind of artist I am right now at the current moment. But I am, pretty much expanding and experiencing.
Okay.
It's pretty much experimenting. I'm sorry, not experiencing. Experimenting with all different types of music. Basically, I'm doing pop. I'm doing hip hop. I'm trying to do a twist of reggae, hip hop, reggaeton.
So you're just trying to take over all the genres.
Exactly. I'm doing the whole thing.
I'm not mad at you. Now I do want to know though, because my favorite song so far is and I'm gonna make sure I get it right. Is it "I'm That Guy"?
Oh, Be That Guy.
Be That Guy. Yes, that
Yeah,
is my
Be That
favorite
Guy.
so far.
Thank you.
That
Thank
is-
you.
I mean, it's such a cute song.
You know what? You know what's funny? The reaction that I wanted from the crowd and my listeners really wasn't cute, but I really wanted. I'm be honest with you. I really was looking forward to like, yo, that's dope. I love it. I'm feeling it. You're honest.
A woman is gonna say it's cute. Now, a man might say that's dope.
Yeah, you know, the reaction from different listeners is different.
Right, right.
But I do appreciate every comment or response that I get from all the music that you guys are listening to, right? Especially Be That Guy. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a great song. You know, we actually have a clip of that song, and we're going to play it a little bit later in the segment. But
hot.
but what I want to know is, what is your favorite song that you've done so far?
Oh, be honest with you. Can I say two of them? There's two.
I guess you could say two.
Okay,
you know.
okay. The first one is Did That. And,
Okay, I heard that one,
And the
yes.
second one is, it's not really Be That Guy, but my favorite one right now is Don't Wait.
Why do you feel that those are your favorite?
Well, Don't Wait, I got to, you know, do a little mix of Creole, patois, and I spoke a little, hopefully I'm saying this right, no disrespect to the Nigerian culture, but I spoke Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba, one of them, but I'm trying to make sure I said the right thing. But then Don't Wait is a very cool, laid back, like funky track for me right now. That's why I'm a big fan of my own music, which is Don't Wait, and I like Don't Wait. Don't
Well,
Wait is one
if
of my
you're not
songs.
going to be a fan of your own music, you can't expect anybody else to be a fan of your music, right?
Well, I have fans.
I know you have fans. I'm just saying you have to love your music before
Exactly.
anybody else loves it.
Oops. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would hope that you're a big fan of your music. So now tell me, what made you get into rapping?
Well, I'm thinking the third grade. You know, I used to rap in the third grade, but I used to beat on the table.
What year was that?
This was in wow. I can't even remember.
Now you have to know. Okay.
1990.
So young.
1991.
You know
92?
what? You know what year it was when I was in the third grade?
Oh.
It was 1982.
Oh my God. I think that's when I was born.
Wow.
It's amazing. That's amazing. But yeah, what really made me really get into hip hop was my best friend Daniel. He just would invite me over, and we would go in his closet and just start rapping. He'd be at his computer, and he'd be like, "All right, Arole, when you're ready, I'm gonna hit record." I'm like, all right, let's do this. And he'll hit record, and I just start rapping. And from there on, I pretty much evolved into who I am right now, the artist. So I took it a step further on my own, because after, I was here for Katrina.
Right.
And after Katrina hit, everybody who was in the little area where I was living at, we all separated.
Right. And that's one of the things I did want to talk to you about was Katrina, because I know Katrina had a big impact on you.
Correct, it did.
So let's talk about that for a minute. What exactly happened? Because I did read, there was an article that was written on you.
Uh-huh.
And it talked about how you basically had to start over 2 or 3 times because of Katrina.
Yes, we actually did. After Katrina, I moved back to Miami because that's where I'm originally from. But I was here because my parents and my mother and my father, they live here. But I went back to Miami, and while in Miami, had a little problem. We couldn't find a place to sleep. We went from hotel to hotel. FEMA was actually helping us, but then we actually did find a place, and we settled down. We weren't really established.
Right.
That wasn't really one of my established locations as a home that I would call a home. But it was there for like 3-5 months, and then we had to move again. And then until we found one of our cousins, one of our relatives, and I kind of moved in with her. And she kind of took me in for like almost 3-4 years. And after I graduated from college, I moved back to New Orleans and finished in another degree. working on another degree. That's how,
So what's your first degree?
It's an associate's degree in psychology.
Okay, so psychology is your thing.
Yes, correct.
Does that have a effect on how you rap or what you rap about?
Yes, it does. It does completely. I see things different. I use more psychological terms in my rap. Sometimes you can hear it, I just try to be as what's the right word I'm looking for? I don't want to be too educated when I rap, and I don't want to be too somebody that's not. You don't want to be too street. Yeah, I don't want to be too street. So I want to be in the middle, basically. So just pretty much where I can reach you and pretty much keep it more common sense.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, because if you really look at many of the rappers from back in the day, right, many of them were very educated.
They were.
Yeah, if you look at KRS-One, he wasn't just rapping about anything, Why are you looking like that?
No, it's good. It's just this is new for me, but this is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Okay, so let's look at a KRS-One and
correct,
and how he approached hip hop.
KRS-One is probably one of the most influential rappers out right now, and another one to me would be Ludacris.
Yes, Ludacris, very much so.
Ludacris is probably somebody who I looked up to after I heard that, this dude graduated summa cum laude and he's a rapper.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what's up.
And a lot of people, they may not like these guys, but they're very intelligent.
Very.
You have your Jay-Z.
Exactly.
And you have your Kanye. There are a lot of people who don't like them, but these are very intelligent rappers.
They are.
And let's not even forget about Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, dude is a very sick rapper to me. I respect Kendrick. Respect Kendrick a lot.
So that's what I'm saying. There is nothing wrong. You have an education. You're about to get your second degree. There's nothing wrong with showing your intelligence while you're rapping.
Correct. It is.
So you keep on doing it. Do your thing.
Right.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a break. And when we come back from the break, we're going to show a little bit of... tell me the name again.
Be That Guy.
Be That Guy. I don't know why I keep wanting to say I'm that guy. It's Be That Guy. We're going to show a little bit of that right after the break. So you stick around, and we'll join you in a minute.
Are you a member of Bedside Baptist? Well, now you can join Bethesda House of Prayer every Sunday for a live broadcast. It starts at approximately 9:45 every Sunday morning. Just go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com and click play. We can't wait for you to join us from your home. And don't forget, if you want to join us live and in person, service starts for 9 a.m. and we are located at 7601 West Lake Expressway, Marrero, Louisiana, 70072, Suite C.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Join in on Mondays from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. for Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry. There are no limitations or boundaries. We talk about life, and guess what? That includes you. So download the app today, New Orleans Talk Network, and subscribe on YouTube. That's every Monday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. New Orleans Talk Network, Breaking the Silence with Dr. Patricia Fry.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready, because the conversation will be hot, and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app, available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
What kind of guy are you interested in?
Caring, honest,
Confident.
affectionate, smart, kind.
How can I be the guy that you acquire, daydream of? The one that gives your panties to cream, doing a late night love. I ask these questions so I could be more prepared to be with you. But instead, your perception of me is Elmer Fudd, walking around with the musket as if I'm mate poaching. Ooh, a negative way to see me. Hopefully my confidence and interest in you with the question that I'm presenting is what you look for in a man that you adore. Love, I'm painting a picture of a man I would love to be. I just wanna be that guy that makes you smile. I just wanna be that guy to get on down with you. Okay, I just wanna be that guy that you can call whenever you wanna ball, hang out, conversations, good places. You know that we can get on down. Okay. I brushed up my beard, a fresh line into match. Sitting in front of the church, shouting out, Lord girl, bring it back. I brought me a minivan for your kids and they friends. Look how I spend my time with you and them. Can I get a kiss from you, my friend? No longer in that zone. Why? You know, 'cause I'm back again. I just wanna be that guy that makes you smile. I just wanna be that guy that get on down with you. Okay, I just wanna be that guy that you can call wherever you wanna ball, hang out, conversations, good places. You know that we can get on down. Beautiful. Must I stand and give you a phone?
Favorite song of all your songs so far.
Right. Thank you.
So tell me something. What was the motivation behind Be That Guy?
Oh, wow. This is so funny. The motivation, the MO behind Be That Guy, believe this or not, I would approach women left and right in the city of New Orleans. Believe this is real funny. I used to approach, that's till this day, I still do. And I noticed one thing, every girl who I approached, I didn't fit their standards. So, and not only did I didn't fit their standards, but it was a criterion that, there was a criteria you had to fit to meet these ladies. You had to fit that criteria. And if you didn't fit that criteria, it was like a no-go. So the song was inspired because of the women that I was approaching. And I'm like, okay, I want to be that guy. So how can I be that dream guy that you look for? So, in my mind, I'm like, how about I just come up with a cool song? Mm-hmm. And I did. So I was trying to figure out what is it that these women are looking for in a guy. And for me, asking all these questions, I just created a song based off their based off their responses. Okay. And that was pretty much it.
Okay. So, is that kind of how you approach writing all of your songs?
When my songs are a different way. When I write a song, it's not based off of real situations. Not all my songs are based off of real situations. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I am a very creative writer. Anything that I write, it's here in my head. Yes. It just flows, and the topic sometimes doesn't match what I'm writing, so I'll just add a topic later on. So when I write my songs, the majority of the times it's just free writing. It's based off the free writing. It's from free writing. It's not really from something that really happened in my life. Okay. As I told you earlier, I'm a very good I'm a lyricist. I'm a creative writer, and I can just come up with anything.
Well, the thing that I like about hip hop is that hip hop is one of those genres, actually music in general, when you're writing music, that is basically some of the epitome of literary talent, because you're writing something that you have to kind of grab out and keep hold of that person that's listening to your song.
Correct.
And if the words don't make sense, they don't want to listen to it anymore. Not everybody can be like Bone Thugs and Harmony, where you couldn't understand a word they were saying, but the song was good. Everybody can't be them.
I understand. Oh, that was funny.
I'm serious. I love Bone. Don't get me wrong.
Right. That's funny. But you could. But you know, I quote Andre 3000. He said something, and I'm always remember this quote. And he said, "It was back in the days when they first started rapping. It was that they were trying to say something back then. So he said, I can't hate on the youth right now because they're doing the same thing, but we were doing back then. We were just trying to say something. And so for me, when I hear somebody come up with these new style of raps, it's just hip hop evolving for me. So you know, it's developing. It's always changing, and I'm always listening to these new rappers. But like you, I'm new to the mumble rap, and I laugh at the mumble rap because I'm still trying to figure out what is these guys are saying. But I do like mumble rap because it's cool. You know, you can bob your head to it. But I'm not a hater to that style of rap. But it is funny that you said that.
But you're right. Mumble rap. And remember that song? I can't even remember the name of it. But he was whispering through the whole song.
The Yin Yang Twins, the whisper. It's funny that you talk. It's funny that you brought that up. Now, to me, that is like one blessed group. I'm not gonna lie. They're very blessed. The reason why I say they're blessed because although they made a whole whisper song, like that was new. That was new to the game. Nobody thought about making a whispering song where you whisper throughout the whole song. So I kind of look up to the Yin Yang Twins like as one of the innovators in hip hop as well.
Yes.
But it is funny that you bring that. Yeah, we do. I do have times where I sit with my homeboys and we laugh about certain songs that made it out that far. Yes. You know, and it's funny how they made it, and it's just very, very cool.
So we have about 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Talk to me about what is your goal? Where do you want to go from here?
Right now, I'm just setting my own self up to be a successful artist. And the next step after that is to see if I can maybe work with different artists. I am a songwriter. I'm not a good singer. So I am looking for more R&B artists, male and female. I am looking for talent in the near future, say probably like around next year. I am looking to hire or even sign artists to my record label, which I should be starting in a couple of weeks or maybe a month from now. I'm going to start my own record label. Okay. Right now I am independent. And I'm looking to establish and make a name for myself in hip hop and with anybody else that's willing to come with me and put in the grind as well.
All right. So now with you being a fairly new rapper yourself, I mean, you know, with albums and everything, I know you've been rapping since you were 3.
No, I've been rapping since...
Don't tell me since you were 1, okay? You can barely talk then.
No, not that. That's a good... I think I could go back that far too. But yeah, it's been a while. Like I actually went mainstream 3 years ago, but I've been doing underground tracks.
Okay.
I had me and my best friend, as I said, Daniel Francis. We have been putting out underground tracks like in 2004, 2003, 2005.
So you're not new to this game at all?
No. I just actually went mainstream.
Yes.
3 years ago, because I've been so busy with school trying to work, you know, keep a steady income in my pocket.
Yes,
as well.
Of course.
But we've been doing underground tracks, putting them out every now and then.
Awesome.
Like I said,
well, you know, that's how so many rappers got started. I mean, Master P was out for a long time before people really caught on to what he was doing and who he was. And that's
another man I respect as well from New Orleans is Master P. The way he does, how he came up, his grind and his hustle is another black man I respect.
And then switching over to R&B a little bit, I'm never going to forget this commercial Alicia Keys was voicing. And she said, for those who think that my overnight, or who don't realize that my overnight success was actually 7 years in the making.
Wow.
Yeah, she had been singing for 7 years before it finally hits. So you just never know. You have to stick with what you're doing.
Yeah, nobody knows the struggle. They just see the fame. Understand? It's amazing. It's amazing. I didn't know 7 years.
Yeah, 7 years in the making. Everybody just thought she just blew up all out of nowhere singing "Falling," but it was a while before it got to that.
Okay, that's awesome. I did not know. That's something something I'm going to keep in my memory bank. Now I know. Thank you for educating me on Alicia Keys.
Do what I can. See, y'all think that I don't know a little bit about music, but I know a little something about music.
Right.
And so that's why I am so happy that you just signed with Meet the World Image Solutions, because I'm just really looking forward to helping you to get where you want to be.
Oh man, and thank you. I'm happy to be part of the team. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to every venue that you can put me in, and pretty much explode and expose myself as an artist, and look for more talent that I can work with in the near future as well.
Well, all right. So you heard it right here. Now, where can people find you? We have about a minute left. Tell us where we can find you.
You can catch me on Instagram by typing in my name, Arole, last name Brivill, B as in boy, R-I, V as in Victor, I-L. Facebook, you can catch my music on iTunes, Spotify,
Don't forget
Amazon
about YouTube.
Prime, YouTube. You can download it for free. You can buy it, and it's
is
affordable.
everywhere, y'all.
I'm literally. I just found out I'm on Tidal. Isn't that funny? I just found out I am on Tidal. All my music right now is on Big Brother's music distribution website, Tidal. So I'm on Big Brother's website, music distribution web. Shout out to Jay-Z, all that good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
Exactly.
And you keep grinding, because you never know who's going to hear that song and say, this is where I want you to go. You need to sign with me. You never know.
Yes, it is what it is.
All right, so this is Mr. Arole Brivill. So thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me, Miss Rhonda.
I am very honored to have you here. And like I said, I'm looking forward to working with you. So when we get back, we are going to meet the dance doctor, Mr. Oz Cooper himself. So don't go anywhere. We have a few more minutes, and then we're going to have him right on the phone with us.
How does a crawfish or shrimp etouffee sound? What about a piping hot cup of gumbo? Or a catfish platter with soft shell crawfish, catfish, livers, and pickles? And that's just for starters. What about entrees? If this is getting your mouth watering, then you need to come to the Praline Connection. Our down-home Cajun Creole-style restaurant has been providing soul food at affordable prices for over 20 years. And our pralines are delicious. We're a restaurant, a gift shop, and a candy shop, all in one. Bring your friends and enjoy an amazing meal today. Come see us at 542 Finchman Street in New Orleans, or check us out online at www.pralineconnection.com, and be sure to like us on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 504-943-3934.
Y'all know me, this the people person here. Big homie head. This man, big fan. And we're your host in New Orleans Talking Fan View, real fast talk. Every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
What's up, researchers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device, or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
go to California unless you got some money, because this is a very expensive state. And Anaheim, lots to do. Disneyland is basically just like Disney World. But it's a cool spot. It's a cool spot. There's a lot to do. You have the, I think they call it the Garden Walk, where you can look at some art. And, of course, you have Disneyland, you have Universal Studios, and then you can go out to Hollywood. So we had a good time. But I've got to just send a shout-out to Miss National All-American Miss New Orleans, Beautiful Lawson, because she did a great job out there. Unfortunately, she didn't take home the title, but she represented New Orleans very well. And you may see some of the photos on my personal page, but I'll also be sharing some of the photos over to the Meet the World Image Solutions page. And I just want to thank everybody who donated to her. We had donations coming from everywhere. Of course, we had them coming from the United States, but we also had them coming from Africa. I mean, Cameroon. We had some coming from Belgium. We had some coming from the United Kingdom. The world was actually behind this young lady, and she made you all proud. So thank you so much for everything that you've done. And we're going to have her on the show next week so she can talk a little bit about what she's experienced. But you'll also see her in a couple of the New Orleans local publications. So just stay in touch. Keep an eye out on her, and she will be using her platform to do more community service in the area. So if you need a special guest, or if you need a volunteer, she is the young lady you need to talk to. She is there for you. So just get in contact with Meet the World Image Solutions, and we will get you in touch. So now we have Mr. Oz Cooper on the phone, the dance doctor. How you doing, Oz?
Hey, wonderful, Rhonda. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. How'd your class go tonight?
Oh, man, it was amazing, outstanding, as usual. We had a good time. It's all about having a good time, having fun, and just socializing and unifying the community, and unifying, bringing men and women together.
Yes, I've got to say, I'm not the best swing dancer in the world, but I absolutely love watching it because it's just the smoothest type of dancing you can do. And I know you said you kind of gear your classes more toward the baby boomers, but this is something that I think people of all ages can actually appreciate.
Definitely. I mean, we start out with the baby boomers because it's more relational to them. That's part of their era. A lot of them remember it, but we're not limited to just baby boomers. You're right. And actually what this dance is doing is it's cross-generational. When this dance really started in its infancy, it was started by teenagers, all right? Okay. And a lot of the acrobatic moves that you see these kids do now by themselves, they were doing that as tandems, in the early days in the roaring 20s, when this the first form of this dance started in Harlem.
Yes.
The Harlem Renaissance.
Yes.
And those people were, this was jazz. It's not, people say, oh, it's too slow. No, it's only as slow as you go. If you can go faster, you can dance fast. It's a beautiful dance, and it's a beautiful form of exercise, and people can do it at any and all age.
And I think that's one of the best things about it is it doesn't matter how old or how young you are. So you'll see a lot of older people getting on the floor and just killing the dance floor.
Look, we have some people in our community in their 70s and 80s. I went to an event in Atlanta, and there was a couple, and it wasn't actually a couple. And here's the thing about this dance, because I say a couple, it was two elderly people. All right, okay. I wouldn't say elderly. Let's just say seasoned people. And one of them was like 75, and one of them was like 80 something, and they was up cutting it up.
All right,
cutting it up. And here's the thing about it. This dance is like golf. One of the things is it's a movement. It's a movement move. This dance is more than just about out partying and having a good time. It's about partying with a purpose.
Yes.
It's about bringing people together. It's about health and fitness. It's about family. It's about relationships. It's about unity. And it's about coming together as a community, unifying the community. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. And I think we actually have a video of just a small snippet of what you guys did this past weekend. Now, can you tell me a little bit about the event you had this past weekend?
Oh, man, this weekend was outstanding. We just had a ball. We did a great presentation out there at Congo Square. Everybody loved it. We had a good time. People was observing and participating. We danced with the drummers out there. They had the drummers, the Congo Square drummers, and this is what this is all about. It's about our culture.
Yes.
This is about our culture and about our history and about making that connection to our culture and our history. And people don't realize that.
Well, I think
in New Orleans, we started our musical gerund.
Yes.
Every form of popular music started from the Congo Square in New Orleans. It started with the beat. That beat meant something. It was a form of communication. That's why most places didn't let the slaves do their drums, because it was a form of communication. And we have let that become co-opted, just like with everything else, and they lost the value in it. It's still a form of communication.
Yes.
And we've lost that. We're trying to bring that back to the community. And what dancing, partner dancing is nonverbal communication. You know, there's a whole lot to it, more than just meet the eye.
Yes. And I think that's one of the most special things about your approach to dancing, because there are a lot of swing dancing classes in the city, but you just take that approach to where people aren't just appreciating dance. They're actually taking back a part of their culture. They're appreciating a part of their culture.
Exactly. And that's what it's really about. It's about doing that cultural connection.
Yes.
And one of the problems in our community is that we are disconnected. We've lost that cultural, that consciousness, that cultural consciousness that we had, that we were forced to have during segregation and slavery and Jim Crow. And then somehow that got twisted, and the civil rights movement and equality got twisted with integration, and we lost that whole idea of collective consciousness and thinking about believing the whole myth of pulling yourself up by your bootstrap. And that is one person, accomplishing a thing. No group has ever succeeded, not even the dominant group. They work together as a unit, as a team, right? It may not seem like that, but they have a collective consciousness, that they think about, look, it's about them succeeding overall. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We have to develop that collective consciousness again. And that's what this dance is really about. Connecting back to our past, connecting our culture, and connecting that to our future.
Awesome. And now you're planning on doing something like this again in February, right?
Yes, this is our second annual Stepping into History with Carter G. Woodson. All of my events are going to have a cultural and a historical theme, because that's what it's about. It's about partying with a purpose. And I'm telling y'all, this is a vision of mine. This is a vision of, this is a renaissance. Just like the Harlem Renaissance should have been the New Orleans Renaissance, because that was a period when the intellectuals and the musicians all were gathered in the North, in Harlem, New York, because of the black migration from the South due to Jim Crow.
Yes.
But we have all the same talent and ingredients here to do that renaissance again. And that reminds me, tomorrow there is an event that we all should be participating in if we can. Tomorrow they're doing an event at Southern University about reparations. All right.
Wonderful.
Tomorrow is there's a banquet tomorrow. There's basically a banquet and presentation tomorrow. There are going to be celebrities there like Danny Glover, and several people who support the reparations movement. And then on Friday, there's going to be a town hall at Xavier. And this is what this is all about. This is about connecting us to each other, to the community, and to the global community. And that's what this whole thing is about. It's more than just partying. It's about partying with a purpose.
Yes.
So you come out, you have a good time, you socialize, but we have that village and that village communication where we talking to each other and finding out what's going on in our community. We've lost that. This is what this is about, bringing us back to that.
That sounds like a very, very awesome event. Do you remember the times and exact locations?
Now, Rhonda, I am horrible with time and location. I got so much in my head. But
okay, well, where can we find it?
If you can Google it, you look at reparations. It's going to be at Southern tomorrow, Southern University in New Orleans.
Okay.
and there's going to be an event at Xavier on Saturday. That's the best I can tell you right now.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, because I'm quite sure there's somebody who's listening tonight who would love to be a part of that. So I'm going to actually find that information, and I will be posting it to the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page. So if you're interested in what you just heard, check the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page later tonight or even first thing in the morning, and you'll be able to find more information about this event.
Definitely. Look around. I'm going to send the information to you when we get off the phone. Hopefully we have enough time so that you can pick it up. But don't forget, I mean, this is very important to our community.
Yes.
And you have an opportunity to have your input, because reparations is it's about you. It's about all of us. Who have been mistreated and have been abused, and have our parents, our forefathers' work and labor has been stolen. Not only that, our identities have been stolen from us. They talk about identity theft. America and the Western European culture was the first to do identity theft. You talk about trafficking, people trafficking. Trafficking. What do they call it?
The human trafficking.
Human trafficking. They were the first human traffickers.
Yes.
You're talking about drug dealers. They were the first. Do you know that tea and coffee was a drug? Is a drug. You know what I'm saying? They was the first. That's what the whole thing was about. Sending people to grow tea and coffee. They had to have labor for that. That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was all about, and that's what our slave labor was about. That's what they was using us for. And our people have been behind ever since then. So this is about you. The dance is about you. The reparations is about you. This is all about all of us. Not just about you and me, but about all of us. And
come on, Oz. You better preach now.
I'm sorry. You know me, I get on my soapbox. But look, we don't want to forget that February 16th through the 18th, this is our main event, stepping into history.
Yes. I think we actually have a flyer about that event somewhere that we'll pull up later in the show. But
definitely.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we get as many people out there as possible, because that is the way that many times we're going to get some people to capture the history. We have to put it in a way to where they don't feel preached at. But you come into this event, it's going to be a fun event, but at the same time, you're going to learn a little bit more about your history.
Right. And look, it's not a class. You just come there, and you dance and we socialize and we have a good time. But that's the theme.
Yes.
So we have a theme for all of our events, and we want to accent that theme during that event. And we may, mention and speech about it, but we're not going to be, don't have to worry about it. We're not going to open no books or anything. You just going to come there and dance and have a good time. But what I want people to do is I want people to be conscious of the fact like this. Look, this is Black History Month. Do you realize that this man created Black History Week, which turned into Black History Month? You know what I'm saying? Not only that, he wrote a very important book that everybody should read, The Miseducation of the Negro.
Yes.
Because what he predicted in the early 1900s is what we're seeing the results of right now. Because Martin Luther King said that, the purpose of education is to teach people how to solve their problems. Well, when we have our children going to learn how to solve Western European problems, they're not learning how to solve African and African American or African diaspora problems. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we got to start teaching our kids to come back and start solving our problems. All our kids left the HBCUs and going to the white universities, they get all the money for their athletic ability. Another form of slavery. You're just enslaved again, and you're working to the establishment again. We should go out and bring those talents to our schools, to our community. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying you shouldn't go to white schools. Go to white schools, learn their knowledge, and come and bring it back to your community. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to show a little bit of that video from your event this past weekend, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about your approach to teaching dance. So y'all stick with us. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes.
All right. Now, I don't know the video. Tell me a little bit about the video. What's on the clip?
How does a crawfish or shrimp etouffee sound? What about a piping hot cup of gumbo or a catfish platter with soft shell crawfish, catfish, livers, and pickles. And that's just for starters. What about entrees? If this is getting your mouth watering, then you need to come to the Praline Connection. Our down-home Cajun Creole-style restaurant has been providing soul food at affordable prices for over 20 years. And our pralines are delicious. We're a restaurant, a gift shop, and a candy shop, all in one. Bring your friends and enjoy an amazing meal today. Come see us at 542 Finchman Street in New Orleans, or check us out online at www.pralinconnection.com. And be sure to like us on Facebook. You can also give us a call at 504-943-3934.
Y'all know me, this the people person here. Big homie head. It's your boy Fred. This man, a big fan. Right. Listen, we're your host in the New Orleans Talk Network's Fan View. Real fans talk real sports. Check us out every Thursday night, 6 p.m.
What's up, readers and shakers? It's your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson, sending you a personal invite to the Literary Lounge. Tune in to Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for the best in literary conversation. Each week, a different author will join us to talk to their most important readers, you. You can also call in to ask your own questions. So don't forget, each Wednesday at 7 p.m., join us in the lounge for Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. See you there.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Grown and sexy. Everybody thinks they know what a grown and sexy event was. What we just saw was a grown and sexy event. You still with us, Oz?
I'm still here. That's what I'm talking about.
I love it. Like I said, I mean, swing dancing, urban swing dancing is probably some of the smoothest dancing you will ever find out there. And if you just saw that little video clip, and I don't know if you can see it, Oz, but basically it was just a little video from the night, from your main event on Saturday night.
They had the black and white on?
Yes, they did.
Were they sharp? Were they looking good? We call that stepper sharp.
I love it. I love it.
We have a style, you know, and what it really is, you see, this is all about culture. People don't think about things, you know, but with the problem of the 20th century, according to what's the brother name? He said the problem of the 20th century was the color line.
Oh, yes, yes.
With Du Bois.
Yeah, W.B. Du Bois.
Yeah, said the problem of the 20th century is the color line. The problem of the 21st century is culture. And you hear it every day, but we take it for granted. We're talking about, what's the big deal with what they're talking about right now? We're talking about rape culture and sexual harassment culture, culture in the workplace. You're talking about the blue culture and what you call them. Culture is a very important factor in societies and even in sub-societies.
And it goes even deeper than race.
Right, exactly. Race is a factor of culture. Culture is not race is a part of culture, but all of that makes up race. Your religion, your language, your art, and that's where dance come in. Your art and your music and your dance, that is a very important part, a very important way of how we translate our values, our beliefs. And that's what culture is about, is your belief system. It's a lifestyle. And what urban swing dance is, and all the things that you saw, it's a lifestyle. Just like hip hop is a culture. You hear all these different cultures. You talk about pop culture. You talk about rock culture. All of those different subcultures of the American culture. But none of those pop cultures or musical cultures would exist without Congo Square, without the music that we gave them from Congo Square. We don't have jazz. We don't have blues. We don't have R&B. We don't have rock and roll. We don't have hip hop. We don't have none of that. All that is a part, come from our African culture. We must remember that. People got to understand that, and we must tell our story. That's what this is all about.
All right. Now, tell me something. The popular term now is getting woke. Would you say you got woke? You've always been woke, or did this come during your days in the Navy, or was this maybe something that came after the Navy once you started studying dance a little bit more? When did you really get woke?
Wow, that's a good question, Arole. Nobody has ever asked me that before. Now, you know I can talk. Don't get me talking about me. All right, what happened was I've always been a conscious kid. I'm gonna tell you when my consciousness happened. And again, music was a very important part of that. I grew up in an era when I became conscious and aware of what music was. That was the time. The first song that I remember are the albums. Young people don't know nothing about albums. But the first album I remember was Marvin Gaye.
Yes.
And this was all consciousness music in that era. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. You know what I'm saying? And the first song I heard, I remember being, and it struck a chord with me. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, mercy, mercy me. All things ain't what they... All that was talking about what was going on, what is still going on right now.
Yes.
It was talking about environmental issues back then. Then the next thing I remember was Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life. You know, would you like to come with me down my dead-end street? Would you like to come with me? Village, hello, man. All those songs like that. And it was like, these things touched me as a kid. You know, they always had me, conscious. I remember when I was I grew up in a project, so I remember I see people who didn't have enough to eat.
Which project?
I didn't have a lot, but I always had food. And that was one blessing. That's why I have a weight problem now. I can't wait to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, now, which project did you grow up in?
Yeah, but I knew kids who didn't have nothing to eat. And I remember when I was in in civics class, and they was telling us how they pay farmers not to grow wheat, and how they store the grain so that that we can keep the wheat prices up. They have done this, and this has decimated cultures all over the world. Like, can you believe that where in Mexico they can't sell corn? The farmers are run out of business because of that fact. And so I didn't know that as a kid, but it stuck with me as a kid. It's like, that just seems so unfair.
Yes.
That is something that always stuck with me. Now, the dance thing, I've always could dance. I remember before I even really understood, had it connected consciously, I was in a pageant show in first grade or kindergarten.
Okay.
And I was doing the James Brown. I mean, people, if you guys remember James Brown and how he used to do his little move, I was doing that.
I wish I had video of that right now.
You know what I'm saying? So I always could dance. And dance was a big part of the New Orleans culture.
Yes.
Especially out in the nightclub scene. And this is what I try to tell people, that this is a big part. This is economics. This was a big part of our economy. You had nightclubs that you can go to every night of the week. I'm telling you, every night of the week. And you can always go in there. If you had the price of the cover charge to get in, that was food.
Yes.
You might have been homeless, but you ain't had to be homeless. You had enough to get in, and this you was going to eat. You know what I'm saying? And that was, they had the Bottom Line, the Exchequer, the Famous, the Crash Landing. You name it, there was clubs all over the city. Now you can barely find a club on a Friday. I can't find somewhere on a Friday to go and dance. I have people, and this is what I'm telling you. This is not only, I'm not just I'm bringing it to New Orleans because it's all over the country. People are doing this all over the country.
Yes.
Just think how powerful it would be.
And believe it or not, I might be a little bit younger than you, but I remember those clubs because my auntie used to always go to those clubs.
Exactly. Oh, you're going to make me the old dude. But that's all right. That's all right. I don't mind being the old dude. I still got my groove on, But that's what it's about. It's about economics. When we have our events, we cater for those events. Somebody got to fix that food. somebody got to serve that food.
Yes.
People have to get people coming, and this is the big thing. We spend so much money with the travel agencies. You know, we buy plane tickets and hotels, and people don't think about this. But okay, when people go out, they got to buy clothes. That's why we have vendors come there. Vendors come there, they sell jewelry. You see me step a show, we gonna be clean. We got to have our bling bling to go with that. You know what I'm saying? All this is part of economy. So this is not just about partying and have a good time. It's about economics.
Yes.
But we got to participate in. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. And now we only have a couple minutes left. I do want to go ahead and put your flyer up for your February event.
Do that.
Yeah.
Look, we're working on. Look, I was working on it tonight when you called me.
Oh, okay.
Man, we're gonna have some major workshops going on. Some major workshop instructors. I'm talking about. These are the top instructors in the urban swing dance community.
Awesome.
I got Liddell Head.
Terry, can we go ahead and put that flyer up?
Sure. Go ahead.
There we go. It's coming up right now. So,
so it's 3 nights. It's 3 days. The 16th through the 18th of February. Monday night is always our meet and greet night. So that means you're going to come there. Everybody going to meet up, out of town. It's like a reunion. And everybody comes in and we have that first night. Usually we have a theme, but I'm still working on it. So usually the theme is something like rep your city, rep your team. Everybody come with jeans and T-shirts.
Okay.
Right?
And you said you were working on that tonight. So you have some special moves that are going to be just for this event?
Yes, we got some. So for this event, I was working on the schedule, the workshop schedule. So on Saturdays, we have our main event, but Saturdays during the day, we have our workshop schedule. And so we got 5 workshops going. Dallas Fort Worth Spring, Detroit Ballroom, Chicago Stepping. We're going to have Zydeco. We're going to have Arthur Corbin down here doing Zydeco. We're going to have the Detroit Ballroom. We're going to have Houston Tucson.
Shoot. You are going to be killing it. So
you're going to be killing it. And then
everybody, when do the tickets go on sale, Oz?
Farewell Branch.
When do the tickets go on sale?
The tickets will be going on sale on the 1st of December.
Okay, so that means 2 more days. You can go ahead and get your tickets for this awesome event. I will be getting mine. I will be in the house. And then Oz is going to be in the house the following week. He is going to be making a cameo appearance in my new stage play, Cheating in the Next Room. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Oh, yeah, me too.
All right, so as that is our time, so I want to thank you for joining us tonight. I wish you could have been in the studio, but I know you had a class, and your class is very important, and I did not want to disturb that. So I'm glad you took time after the class to come out and join us tonight.
But definitely. Look, one day we're going to work it out. I'm training instructors, so I'll have somebody to take over from me, and I will be able to make it to the studio.
Awesome. So you go ahead and enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'm going to most likely see you tomorrow at one of these big events going on in the city.
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, I want to thank you for having me all around, and I appreciate it.
All right, I appreciate you. Have a great night.
All right, good night. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And you all have a wonderful night as well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. I'm your girl, Rhonda M. Lawson. And don't forget to join us next month in December. We have some more wonderful guests lined up who are just waiting to meet all of you. And then in January, we're going to have even more guests. And then in February, you're going to meet all of the people who are going to be involved with Meet the World Image Solutions Black History Month Literary Weekend. So these are our guest speakers. We have Will Kayson, we have Francesca Felder, we have Felicia Young, and we have Rose Bratcher. I mean, these are some phenomenal speakers who are looking forward to speaking with all of you. So we've already put the event page up on Facebook for the Black History Month Literary Weekend, and tickets will be going on sale at the beginning of January. So more to follow on that. So keep tuning in. Keep checking back with us. Find more information on www.mtwimagesolutions.com. So once again, thank you all for joining us. You have a beautiful remainder of the week, a very safe weekend, and then we will see you next Wednesday. Have a great night.